Trade Talk showcases the businesses in the mid-state and the people who make them work. From companies who make iconic products to the small family businesses and everyone in between, we have a little bit of everything in the mid-state. Mid-state companies keep the economy moving, people working in communities thriving throughout the mid-state. You can find business news from around the mid-state at www.penlive.com/business. All photos were provided unless otherwise noted. New hires: Jason Outland has joined Gavin, a public relations and marketing agency in York, as Director of Digital Services. Prior to Gavin, he was Omni-Channel Systems Project Manager at the Bon-Ton stores. Previously within Bon-Ton, he was the Director of the Digital Contact Center. He also served in senior management roles at Comcast for a decade. He is a native of York. Bob West was named Executive Vice President Information Technology Systems and Chief Information Officer at Members First Federal Credit Union in Lower Allen Township. West has more than 30 years of technology experience. Prior to coming to Members First, he spent 6 years in the United States Air Force in Command and Control Systems. West was formerly the Vice President of Information Technology at Members First prior to moving to North Carolina, where he was CIO, CTO of Truliant Federal Credit Union and most recently served as Vice President of Service Management for Fiserv. Jason L. Reimer was named Senior Vice President and General Counsel at Members First Federal Credit Union. Prior to joining Members First, Reimer served as a principal at Post. Katarski most recently was Manager of Government Affairs at Duquesne Light Co. She previously served as Executive Policy Manager for former Commissioner Pamela A. Whitmore at the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission. Natasha Coons has rejoined F. Coons rejoins F. She was previously employed by F. Coons will be based at the F. Wills joins F. He most recently served as the Regional Security Director for Dunbar Armored Inc. He will be based at the bank's corporate headquarters in Chambersburg. Andrei Artemiev was named Research Analyst as Rock Commercial Real Estate in York. Artemiev was previously with Ryan LLC in Arlington, Virginia, where he served as a commercial property tax consultant. Prior to that, he was a research analyst with CoStar Group and project assistant with Artemis Real Estate Partners. The York Revolution has announced the following new hires in its front office. Sarah Daly has joined the team as Marketing Manager. She previously worked for the Butler Blue Sox as the Assistant General Manager and the Washington Wild Things as a Media and Communications Intern. Yesenia Santiago has joined the Revolution as Group Hospitality Services Coordinator after 5 years of hospitality experience in both Pennsylvania and Arizona. She interned in the Corporate Sponsorship Department of the Pac-12 organization. Antoine Curtis joined the Revolution as a box office assistant. He is a graduate of Michigan Technological University and managed media relations as an intern in the school's athletics department. Kelsey Durner has joined the team as a new marketing assistant. She previously interned with the boys. He interned with the Tri-Cities Otters Soccer Club as an operations assistant. Michael Marcantonini has joined the team as a broadcasting, media relations assistant. He was the play-by-play voice of the Rockford Rivets in the Northwoods League last summer and spent this past January and February calling games in the California Winter League. Quinton Rohrbaugh has joined the team as a baseball operations assistant. He interned with Houston's Super Bowl and NCAA Final Four host committee. Mark W. Banks, a CPA, has joined Boyer. Banks previously worked as a staff auditor for a national accounting firm. He joined Boyer. Dickinson of Mechanicsburg has joined Mid-Penn Bank in Millersburg as a commercial loan officer. Dickinson previously served as an associate for Boyer. Geyer brings 15 years of banking experience with him to Mid-Penn Bank. Geyer resides in Parksburg, Chester County. Prior to joining Mid-Penn, he served as a commercial relationship manager for Fulton Bank. Patrick Kirkner was named Associate Content Director at Stoner Bunting Advertising in Lancaster. For the past 4 years, Kirkner has worked on art director and brand designer in the World of Higher Education magazines and as partner and design director for Dog Ear Consultants. His earlier career experience entailed editor positions with Fly magazine and the Penn Stater, followed by work as a content and production manager for specialty publications, visual editor for LNP Media Group, and freelance writing. Douglas A. Knapp has joined Trout Ebersole. Prior to joining the firm, Knapp served as a vice president at BCG Valuations in Pennington, New Jersey. He joins the firm with over 10 years of business valuation experience. Gerandal H. Medzoyan has joined Anvil Family Medicine, located at Lebanon Valley Advanced Care Center in Anvil Township. Prior to joining UPMC Pinnacle, Medzoyan has been serving the pediatric population in Lebanon County for over 15 years as an attending physician and medical director for general pediatrics at the WellSpan Good Samaritan Hospital. Medzoyan obtained his Doctor of Medicine from State University of New York at Stony Brook. He completed his pediatric residency at Penn State Children's Hospital in Hershey. Jennifer Riley was named the statewide campaign director for Marcy's Law for Pennsylvania. Riley will work with crime victim and survivors, advocates, law enforcement, district attorneys and other supporters across Pennsylvania to see Marcy's Law enacted. Marcy's Law seeks to amend the Pennsylvania Constitution to give victims of crime equal rights that are already afforded to the accused and convicted. Marcy's Law must pass the General Assembly in 2 consecutive sessions and then will be voted on as a ballot referendum before being added to the state constitution. She is a senior advisor for public relations and advocacy firm, the Bravo Group. She has been with the firm for 18 years. Riley served as a statewide events director for the 2004 Bush-Cheney presidential campaign in Pennsylvania. Devin Drabek has joined Visit Hershey. Drabek joins VHH after serving since 2015 as the Director of Business Development for the City of Harrisburg. Sarah Clark of Dallastown has joined Move-In Self-Storage as Property Manager. She manages a move-in self-storage location in York County. Move-in self-storage is managed by Investment Real Estate Management LLC. She comes to Move-In with 10 years of customer service and sales experience. Her most recent position was an assistant store manager at Apaxon. Carol Heegman was named Executive Director of the Dwight D. Eisenhower Society. Heegman brings a wealth of knowledge to the society about Eisenhower. In 2015, she retired from the National Park Service after 42 years of service. During her time with the National Park Service, she served as the first supervisory historian of Eisenhower National Historic Site for 35 years. Heegman will be working out of the Eisenhower Society office in Gettysburg. Diane Ryan-Longnecker of Dauphin County has joined Jonestown Bank. She is a native of Lebanon and has more than 35 years of financial experience. Jim Otten of Lancaster has joined JBT Financial Services, the investment and trust services division of Jonestown Bank. He will serve as an Infinex financial consultant based out of the bank's Warwick Township location. Prior to joining JBT, Otten worked in the banking and financial services industry for more than 30 years. Sean A. Stein of York has joined Murphy McCormick Capital Advisors, a regional mergers and acquisitions advisory firm in Lewisburg, as Senior Vice President. Stein has nearly 40 years of financial services experience and was a founder and organizer of York Traditions Bank. His banking experience includes 25 years in executive-level management at Drovers Bank, York Traditions Bank, and People's Bank. Doreen Fisher-Bammer has joined HACC as the college's Associate Provost of Virtual Learning. She previously was Director of Online Learning and Instructional Technology at Northampton Community College. Fisher-Bammer also served as Director of E-Learning for Montgomery County Community College and Director of Distance Learning for the Delaware campus of Widener University. She has also taught undergraduate courses in psychology and graduate courses in leadership. Kim Cregan of Dallastown has joined Docio Office Solutions as a technology consultant for the company's sales team. She brings more than 20 years of sales and customer service experience to Docio. Prior to joining Docio, she was the controller at Carpets by Martin. She will work with businesses and nonprofits in York County. Business Information Group in York has announced the following new hires. Jason Randall and Chris Wilson have joined the firm as Tier 2 network engineers. Matt Wisimer has joined the firm as a business development associate. He specializes in Viewpoint construction software and technology consulting. He previously worked for Viewpoint. Chad Ridbaum has joined F. His experience includes more than 15 years in the financial services industry, and he was most recently employed by Orrstown as a business development officer. Sarah Malawicki of Gettysburg was hired in the Human Resources Department as an administrative specialist at Adams Electric Cooperative Inc. in Cumberland Township, Adams County. She previously worked in the Office of Admissions as a campus visit coordinator at Gettysburg College. Carly Young has been named Creative Director at the Anstat Company, a communications and marketing services provider in Manchester Township, York County. Young joins Anstat from IDI Gazzelli in Atlanta, Georgia, where she was its creative director. She also held previous graphic design and brand development positions at the Recall Corporation, the Partnership of Atlanta and at Melia Design Group. Michelle Furlong has joined RSR Realtors as a real estate agent. Before getting her real estate license in 2017, the South Middleton Township resident worked for 9 years as an independent contractor testing Google results. She has also risen to management from entry-level posts at Atlanta-area Kroger grocery stores, a Georgia Power Federal Credit Union, now on the Grid Financial branch in Atlanta, and the loan department of a Cincinnati Firefighters Federal Credit Union, which has since been absorbed by Kemba Credit Union. Promotions. The Wenger Group in Mount Joy Township, Lancaster County has announced the following promotions. Dave Riley of Harrisburg was promoted to controller. He previously served as tax accountant at McConley and Asbury. He is a certified public accountant. Kelly Wood was promoted to facilities and environmental coordinator. A resident of Marietta, she has worked at the company for 24 years. Larry Hammaker was promoted to the position of continuous improvement engineering manager. A resident of Mount Joy, he served as manufacturing process engineer for 7 years. Eric Miller was promoted to director of sales and marketing. A resident of Elizabethtown, he previously held roles at CNH prior to joining the Wenger Group. Royers Flowers. She joined Royers in 2017. Linda Stokes of Stevens was promoted to second assistant manager at the Ephrata store after having been a designer since joining Royers in 1984. Deborah Briggs was promoted to assistant manager at the Wernersville store, where she had been a manager trainee since joining Royers in July 2017. The Mount Penn resident has 25 years of floral industry experience. Benchmark Construction Company in West Earl Township, Lancaster County announced the following promotions. Walt Taylor was promoted to the role of Director of Estimating. He will also continue to serve as the market executive in the firm's commercial specialty group. Taylor began his career with Benchmark as a project estimator a decade ago. William Lastinger was promoted to General Superintendent. Lastinger has worked in the construction industry for 26 years, the last 18 of which have been with Benchmark. Deborah A. Gless was promoted to the position of Central Pennsylvania District Manager for the United States Postal Service. Prior to the appointment, Gless served as the Pittsburgh Postmaster. Gless started her postal career in 1983 as a rural carrier associate in Rittman, Ohio, and has served in a variety of roles including postmaster in several offices, manager, operations program support in Northern Ohio, manager, delivery program support at Eastern Area, route examination team leader, and manager, customer service operations. As Central Pennsylvania District Manager, Gless is responsible for customer services, collections and delivery operations conducted in more than 750 postal facilities in zip codes starting with 169 through 188, 195 and 196. Aaron Ledovic, an engineer, was promoted to Regional Manager of Civil Engineering in the Swatara Township office of Herbert Rowland. She has 14 years of experience in stormwater management, environmental compliance, and municipal engineering. Brandy Jones-Zellers was promoted to a paralegal position at McNeese Wallace. Previously, she was a legal secretary and has been with McNeese since 2014. Noel Karen, an engineer and an attorney from New Cumberland, was promoted to vice president at Erdman Anthony. Karen joined Erdman Anthony in 2008 and has nearly 25 years of experience. Since 2011, he has served as core business unit leader of the firm's largest operating group. Mike Wilson of Elizabethtown was promoted to senior vice president of marketing, public relations, and communications at Members First Federal Credit Union. Wilson joined Members First in 2016 as a vice president in relationship management. Previously, he has served as Senior Director, Government Relations and Outreach for Commonwealth Charter Academy and as Special Assistant to the Secretary with the Pennsylvania Department of Education. He has also held various marketing and public relations roles since 2001. Judy Parker of Jonestown was promoted to Branch Manager at JBT's location in East Hanover Township. Parker has been employed with JBT for 4 months as branch team leader, and has been in the banking industry for 34 years. Prior to joining JBT, she was employed with Fulton Bank as assistant manager in Palmyra. Appointments. Matthew B. Wagner, a teacher at Redland High School in the West Shore School District, was elected to the board of directors of PSECU. Wagner's appointment as director follows his service to the organization as an associate director since 2016. At Redland High School, Wagner teaches physics and advanced placement physics courses and advises the school's rocket club. Wagner fills a position on the PSECU Board of Directors that became available upon the retirement of longtime board director Frank J. Briner, who served in the role since 1973. Christopher Churchill was named chair of the new senior living industry group at Barley Snyder in Lancaster. The group is dedicated to serving the needs of the firm's senior living clients. More than a dozen attorneys currently fill out the group with experience in healthcare, real estate, construction, tax-exempt finance, employment and the various legal areas that impact senior living communities. Gary E. Lenker of Susquehanna TWP was appointed by Governor Tom Wolf to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. His appointment was unanimously approved by the Senate in late March. PHFA's mission is to provide affordable home ownership and rental apartment options to senior adults, low and moderate income families, and people with special housing needs. Lenker is the executive director of the Tri-County Housing Development Corporation, a non-for-profit organization dedicated to the rehabilitation, redevelopment and new construction of affordable housing for low to moderate income persons in Dauphin, Cumberland and Perry counties. He also serves as vice president of Donkel Construction. Penn State College of Medicine has created a new department of radiation oncology and named Rive. Rick Maraj, professor of radiology and pediatrics, its interim chair. Radiation oncology had been a division within the Department of Radiology and has grown within Penn State Cancer Institute. The new department will develop a residency program in radiation oncology and training programs in medical physics. Daniel M. Frey, an attorney at Barley Snyder, was elected to the board of directors of Main Street Hanover Inc. and has been named the board's vice chairman. Frey is of counsel in the firm's Hanover office. He already had been a member of Main Street Hanover's Strategic Planning Committee. Frey is a former assistant district attorney in York County. Frey was managing partner of Barley Snyder from 2003 to 2008. Launched in 2013, Main Street Hanover is a collaborative effort between Hanover Borough, Hanover Area Chamber of Commerce, York County Economic Alliance and Partnership for Economic Development of York County. The organization is shifting this year to a 501(c)(3) nonprofit group in 2018. This is the first board of directors the group has elected. Business Awards McNeese Wallace. The award is given to those organizations that supports the United Way campaign by contributing $100,000 or more in combined corporate and employee giving. The Pillar Society comprised 59% of this year's campaign. Jessica Ella Quiller, financial advisor with CUNA Brokerage Services, located at Belco Community Credit Union, has been recognized by her peers as a woman of distinction. The honor recognizes female financial advisors for their superior performance and extraordinary efforts in promoting financial security. The Woman of Distinction recognition is presented by CUNA Brokerage Services Inc., the top female advisors across the broker-dealer operation. Home Instead Senior Care, a provider of in-home senior care services, has named Rita Yangst, of Gettysburg, the Great Lakes Caregiver of the Year. A caregiver in south-central Pennsylvania for 5 years, Yangst rose to the top among hundreds of candidates for this prestigious award. She is one of only 8 nominees who will be considered for the National Caregiver of the Year award this spring. Before joining Home Instead Senior Care, she worked in a variety of fields, including pottery for 30 years and then with an elevator company. Yangst becomes a finalist for the Home Instead Senior Care Network's Mary Steibel Caregiver of the Year award, the network's top caregiving honor, which will be presented at the Home Instead Senior Care Network's annual international convention in Omaha, NEB. On April 25, 2018, Alex Tomasetti, an apprentice carpenter with Benchmark Construction Company Inc. in Lancaster County, won a bronze medal in the carpentry competition at the Associated Builders and Contractors National Craft Championships. The event was held in Long Beach, California, and featured a national competition for ABC apprentices in carpentry and 10 other trades. For the third straight year, Boyer, the magazine based its rankings on a firm's level of revenue that sets them in the top tier of their region. In February, Pennsylvania Business Central also named Boyer. Ivy Schneider, president of Helix Strategies LLC, a subsidiary of McNeese Wallace. The Women of Influence Awards honors established business leaders with proven track records of community service and business accomplishments, and who influence others through their personal successes and achievements. McGuire, an attorney with McNeese Wallace. The Women of Influence Awards honors established business leaders with proven track records of community service and business accomplishments, and who influence others through their personal successes and achievements. She has more than 25 years of experience as a litigator. Paul Davis Mid-Atlantic was named as the only restoration and remodeling company in Who's Who in Business, Susquehanna Style Magazine's 2018 Guide to Leading Products and Services Offered in the Local Community. The Paul Davis office is a provider of fire, water and mold damage emergency and restoration services for residential and commercial properties, and is headquartered at 1704 Hempstead Road in East Lampreter Township, Lancaster County. UPMC Pinnacle was recognized in the 150 Top Places to Work in Healthcare 2018 list by Becker's Healthcare for the fourth consecutive year. The list highlights hospitals, health systems, and healthcare companies that promote diversity within the workforce, employee engagement, and professional growth. Casey Curry, Vice President of NYCircle, was named as one of the 2018 Women of Influence by the Central Penn Business Journal. The Women of Influence Award recognizes 30 women leaders in the Mid-State who are influential in their companies, industries and communities, and have solid reputations based on their experience, integrity, leadership, and accomplishments. Curry joined NYCircle following a 7-year career as a commercial real estate lender and analyst for Metro Bank. She manages business development and client relationships for NYCircle. Curry completed prior college internships in commercial real estate with NYMERTS in Philadelphia and New Jersey and with NYCircle. Ivy Schneider, president of Helix Strategies LLC, a subsidiary of McNeese Wallace. She works with nonprofits, community-based organizations, and social enterprises to raise funds and develop their leaders and programs. The U.S. Small Business Administration's Eastern Pennsylvania District Office announced its 2018 Small Business Week Award winners. National Score Chapter of the Year Award, Score Lancaster Lebanon Chapter, Lebanon, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Robert Bewley, Chapter President. Eastern Pennsylvania Small Business Exporter of the Year Award, Clinch Corporation, York County, Henrik Klin, Director. Eastern Pennsylvania District Woman-Owned Small Business of the Year, JAMA Enterprises doing business as Strategic Consulting Partners, Cumberland County. Meeting Professionals International Middle Pennsylvania Chapter presented its annual Chapter Awards on April 6. In order to qualify for a Chapter Award, one must be a member of an industry-related association or organization and an active Chapter participant. This year's winners are: Planner of the Year Mary Kostick, Meeting Manager of the Pennsylvania Municipal League, was chosen as 2018 Planner of the Year for her outstanding contributions to the chapter and to the field of meetings and events planning. Outstanding Volunteer of the Year. The 2018 Outstanding Volunteer of the Year Award was presented to Carrie Fay, Sales Manager of Hilton Harrisburg, for her participation in chapter committees, her role in the design and administration of new and ongoing chapter programs, and for embodying the spirit of volunteerism. Recruiter of the Year. Each year, the organization honors a member for their outstanding recruitment efforts. There was a three-way tie for the 2018 award. Recipients of the Recruitment of the Year Award are: Lutricia Eberly, Director of Sales at Round Top Mountain Resort in York County; Jean-Marie Klein, Director of Global Accounts at Helms Briscoe in Dauphin County; and Valerie Tooley, Director of Global Accounts at Helms Briscoe, Dauphin County. Young Professional. Anna Koslowski, Group Sales Manager of Wyndham Garden York, was chosen for her positive contributions to the chapter where she coordinated the annual scholarship fundraiser and member recruitment events. The Marine Corps Heritage Foundation has announced the recipients of the Foundation's 2018 annual awards. The recipients will be honored at the Foundation's annual awards gala on April 28. In Mid-State, the James Webb Award Fiction Writing will be presented to Jeff Shar of Gettysburg for The Frozen Hours. The Gettysburg Adams Chamber of Commerce will honor the following on May 16: Small Business Person of the Year, Timbrell Wallace, owner of Why Not Retail, doing business as Lark and Nerdherd Educator of the Year, Jamie Cope, Band Director at Biglerville High School. Nonprofit of the Year, Adams County SPCA, Christy Pavlakovich, a Senior Vice President, Director of Human Resources at Centric Bank, and Nicole Kaler, a board member of Centric Bank, were selected by the YWCA of Greater Harrisburg for the 2018 Tribute to Women of Excellence Award. The award recognizes the outstanding contributions honorees have made to the workplace and community in which they work and live. Capital Blue Cross recognized 3 employees received and named all 3 2018 Volunteer of the Year. They are: Barbara Gertzen, Cumberland County. For more than 20 years, she has volunteered 10 to 12 hours per week with Capital Area Therapeutic Writing Association. Christine Kukinda, Mertztown, Berks County. Since 2011, she has invested many hours every month supporting Friend Inc. Community Services, a food pantry. Chris Lowe, Liverpool, Perry County. For more than 15 years, she has dedicated at least 12 hours a month to the Perry County Food Bank, as well as her local church food bank. She currently serves as the food bank site coordinator at her church. All of the employee volunteers honored in the Give Fearless Employee Recognition event are listed below: Becky Bowser, Professional Contracting Stacy Clark, Consumer Experience Chris Davis, Ancillary Services Elaine Daimler, Business Solutions Development Cindy Draba, A. Corp. Internal Audit Autumn Lang, Commercial Group Sales Major Georgiana Lurk, Provider Engagement. Joining 29 other individual volunteers who were nominated, McCorkle was selected as Adult Volunteer of the Year, along with 2 other people. Real estate transaction: Stephen McCauley purchased an office property at 50 Winterbrook Drive in York Township from 50 Winterbrook Drive. LP. Ben Chiaro, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, represented the seller in the transaction. SPG Capital LLC purchased a retail property at 23 to 27 N. High Street in Arendsville, from Atlas NCISPE LLC. Gordon Kaufman, Heather Krieger, Damian Reed, and Matthew Zaus, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. Slavic Pentecostal Church of York purchased a property at 312 to 326 Locust Street in Wrightsville from Locust Street United Methodist Church and Parsonage Church. Heather Krieger and Matthew Zaus, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, represented the seller in the transaction. SRS Distribution Inc. leased 30,000 square feet of industrial space at 1800 Pennsylvania Avenue in York from 1800 Pennsylvania Avenue. John Birkeland and David Bode, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, represented the landlord in the transaction. 3TC Robotics LLC leased 6,528 square feet of industrial space at 1270 Roosevelt Avenue in West Manchester Township from 1290 Roosevelt Avenue. LP. Kevin Hodge, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. York County Library System leased 6,780 square feet of retail space at Newberry Commons in Newberry Township from VH Newberry LLP. Ben Chiaro, Gordon Kaufman, and Steve Klipman, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. JVI Group Inc. leased 2,400 square feet of mixed-use space at 8,210 Carlisle Pike in La Timor Township from Quincy Baird Hershey. Jason Turnbull and Kevin Hodge, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. Farm to Freezer LLC leased 1,700 square feet of retail space at 555 Ryan Run Road in Manchester Township from Ryan Run Properties LP. David Bode, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. Edward D. Jones, Matthew Zaus, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, represented the landlord in the transaction. Gettysburg Performance Gym leased 2,864 square feet of retail space at Gettysburg Shopping Center in Gettysburg from Gettysburg PA Realty Group. John Birkeland, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. Prime Lending leased 1,782 square feet of office space at 135 N George Street in York from 135 North George Street. Associates LP. David Bode and Matthew Zaus, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. Wholesome 365 LLC leased 239 square feet of office space at 140 Roosevelt Avenue in York from the York County Economic Development Corporation. Kevin Hodge, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. Wellspan Properties Inc. leased 2,910 square feet of mixed-use space at 46 West Market Street in York from Market Street Commercial Subtenant LLC. Ben Chiaro and David Bode, of Rock Commercial Real Estate, brokered the transaction. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania purchased the 5-acre property at 9,147 Allentown Boulevard, in East Hanover Township from O. 931 Real Estate Holdings LLC purchased an investment property at 931 Market Street in Lemoyne from Stephen Kuvelis. Thomas Malios of Commercial Realty Group Inc. of Lemoyne represented the seller and buyer. 97 Med LLC purchased 97 North 36th Street, Camp Hill, the former Franklin Salon. Bo Mangum of Landmark Commercial Realty represented the seller. Roy Brenner, also from Landmark, represented the buyer. Jess